Good afternoon. Welcome to the Otuntu Show at Shani Apple. How are you doing, Will?
Well, thank you.
Great. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man.
You too.
All right. So I'm with Will right here. My man, of course, he's doing his... No, not like that. Not like that. Oh, man. No. Disclaimer. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Otuntu Show, of course.
Yep.
Anything is possible.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great. This man you see here, in case you're just joining for the first time, this whole show comes from, is derived from an online magazine. Okay, the website is on your screen. You can just dial there, then check to click. While we are talking and discussing, then you can check exactly to check what this magazine is all about. It's the first of its kind in Zambia.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the first of its kind. Really, I've never heard of an online magazine in Zambia, other than blogs.
I think this is the time, I guess. Before now, it was not really conducive, but this is the time.
Exactly.
There will be more people. I hope they come on. It's the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually the first of its kind, and it's quite interesting and exciting to have such a product where you're talking about lifestyle, covering just lifestyle roundabout, even things that you can't discuss, talk about on air like this in public and stuff. You find them there.
Okay.
Yeah, and the magazine is rated 18.
18, right? Yeah. I mean, we cater for only over 18.
Exactly.
But just to underline that point, yes, over 18s, but we don't see that there's a way we can stop people from being under 18 and reading it.
Exactly.
So that's why we keep it still clean. We don't do any of the really hard things.
Exactly.
We don't talk about things that you wouldn't normally talk about. But most of the things we deal with are on TV. Most shows, most drama series will carry the same topics anyway. It's just that we bring it now to we focus it into this magazine. That's it.
Yeah, interesting. He's just summed it up like that.
Okay.
All right, now, before we start running, I know the next issue is coming, and you have a lot of exciting products and activities, actually, prior to the launch and after the launch and all that. Can we just maybe briefly have a postmortem of the previous issue? Okay, if we can have it on screen, it will even be better, so that I can point fingers like that.
Okay. Well, that was our maiden copy.
Not this one, the other one. This is the next issue.
This is the sneak preview. Preview.
Yeah.
So the first one, that was our maiden edition that carried, which sort of introduced the whole concept, to the society, really.
Okay.
In there, we covered a whole host of subjects, from showing you that we can give you local and international news without bringing it right there in front of you. So what we did was we introduced it's kind of like buttons, icons in the magazine, and you click on them, you can go to any of the people we are featuring in them. So for example, you can go to international news platforms, maybe BBC, maybe there you go.
That's the one.
That's it right there.
Yeah, there's a very interesting topic there.
Which is it? I like the restaurants. What do you like?
Of course. The man's so predictable anyway.
No, you're not.
I mean, good times after 50.
Good sex after
good
50.
Times after.
Well, we call it good sex after 50.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, that's a reality.
Okay.
People do have sex. I'm hoping that's the case. People didn't just drop out of the sky. So, what we've done. Maybe not feature good sex after 50. It's too much. It's not the only thing we talk about.
No, technical is on my side.
On your side, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's just there.
Maybe let's see that again. Let's see. So let's see if we can go through the magazine right there. Just the front cover is fine.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Like that.
So what we have there, if you could take it up just a little bit from the top.
Okay.
First of all, we wanted to find somebody who was, the front cover, we had choices, but I thought, let's select somebody who's, she's ever fresh. the picture just looks ever fresh. And we wanted topics that would bring people to take a look, not topics that would drive people away, topics that we thought people would talk about, but they don't. They're not making a big deal about it in public. They talk about it in the homes. We thought, okay, why not? 5 friends every woman needs. Yeah, I mean, we did a little bit of snooping around on the internet, and we found those kind of things. The face masks, something we're big on right now.
Okay.
Chocolate.
And thank you for coming with yours.
Yeah, that's we're sponsoring that campaign as well.
Okay.
Mask up, stay safe. Then restaurants to try. We thought, you know, I'm very big on cooking. I like to cook myself, and we will be featuring as one of our personalities of interest, a cook. So watch out for that.
Nice.
Shop smarter. We just thought a lot of these things would be, you know, useful for people. Jobs as well. We're big on capacity building, employment opportunities. We hope that, in fact, our main sponsor is behind that idea.
Okay.
We need to build on employment opportunities, show people how to do things to increase their, you know, earning opportunity. Whether you're working or you're out of work, we want to try and see if we can engage. Beautiful faces. There is something which we thought was it was somebody who brought it up and said, look, why don't you feature faces, common faces? We don't want models per se. We just want people, average Zambian, who has something that you want to take a photo of. It could be just you as well too, and we will pay you 50 kwacha if we publish
your photo is published. Nice.
But we plan to publish every face most faces. I say most faces, but not on each edition. So you need to go and keep looking.
Okay.
If you spot your face, we will hopefully have your number. We'll call you, and you come and collect your 50 kwacha.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay.
Vehicles and classified section, real estate. It's another
That's
big
commercial.
thing.
Okay.
Commercial, yeah. So we publish those in addition to any type of commercial adverts we have. But on real estate, it's going to be big for us soon, because what we want to do is, how do I explain it in a nutshell? We want to make sure we build capacity for some of the guys in the real estate market. We want to have fun doing it, and hopefully make you guys popular as well.
Yes,
but
yes.
You know, watch out for that. Real estate agents, we have something coming on for you. People who have houses to sell, we will do something which is new in Zambia, and I think it will kickstart the real estate market.
Nice.
So everything we're doing is all about making sure we create opportunities for jobs. And we have fun doing that as well. And we have a conversation about lifestyle in Zambia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when I see the maiden edition you had, was it female oriented, targeted? Was it because I'm 5 friends, women should have. Women, you know, are more, you know, they are more restaurants and shopping and that kind of lifestyle, and then I'm seeing female orgasm was the whole issue.
I didn't actually talk about that, but you know,
I saw it. It was on TV.
Blessed, you know, we need to have a conversation later on. But look, okay, the magazine really was biased in a way towards women. We wanted our audience to be across the board from 18 and above.
Okay.
But we found it was easier to start a conversation from the feminine point of view. Okay. Because, you know, let's face it, maybe I'm being sexist, but I think that women are a little bit more engaged with these sort of topics which
they are actually.
But then that's the point. We really wanted to get guys to engage. So we thought, maybe, to me, I believe the woman is the stronger sex. I don't care what people say, but I think women...
Actually, you're right.
There you go. Yeah. So, most men, if you disagree, please tell us on social media.
Why you disagree.
Why you disagree. Phone us, tell us, you know, we'll be happy to take your conversation forward.
Exactly.
But we feel that if women are engaged on a subject, most men will fall in line. Okay? But there are topics we began to talk about, and that's where you talk about the good sex after 50, because men tend to be the ones who really kind of begin to... I know there are things like blue pills and all those things, but hey, I don't know, but once you get to 50, you begin to feel, I don't know. So we thought we would encourage them and tell them there can be good sex after 50.
Okay. Or more like the drive tend to plummet?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
So
I see.
So it's really across the board, everybody over 18, but with a slight bias for women.
I see. Interesting.
We will balance it out.
Okay.
Eventually, yeah. Watch this space.
I feel I need to be represented, man.
Okay. There you go.
I gotta be represented.
By the way, I told you we want to run something called Feminine Fridays.
Yeah.
So we'll have one show in the week, one show in the month, which will
and what will you be talking about on that particular?
You just have
show?
to watch.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So your viewers that need to watch. Some of the sneak preview I think I heard the girls talking about would be submissiveness. Is it necessary?
Okay.
Woman ceiling, glass ceiling in the corporate environment. Some classic women inspirational stories.
Nice.
There are lots of exciting things. Watch out for it. Okay.
Okay. Great. I like that.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be headed towards equal opportunity. You know what I mean? That kind of talk.
Sadly, we don't even have a woman on set today. But I can assure you, they were out on the field trying to get some stories that we could talk about.
And they have Women's Day on Monday.
It is.
It would have been really nice to have. Unfortunately, Joel busy.
Laney
busy.
We plan to see if we can have the Women's Day incorporated with the next edition. I think it's Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
But we'll have to take relevant content. So we're working to see if we can differentiate ourselves from other people out there in the industry and come up with something different. We've heard about all kinds of formats, but I think what you'll find with Utuntu is uniqueness. We kind of want to lead, and we have a plan. Whether it will all come out, and we have a plan. First thing first, build capacity for youth and women.
Nice.
Employment next. Have fun doing that, and have a conversation across the board. Lifestyle.
Great. Interesting.
Okay.
All right, so now let's talk about the next issue. I know this is going to be more exciting, all right?
I found it more exciting.
More exciting?
Yeah, because...
okay.
Yeah, because we were beginning to be a little bit more settled with what we wanted to do. Okay, so I don't know if you have a sneak preview of the front cover. I will talk you through it.
We'll have it.
Let's see. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, right there.
Okay.
So what you have is we're having, of course, this show. That's which is live now, Utuntu TV, and we'll be having a YouTube channel. We're building up content for the YouTube channel. We're starting from where we are. We're building up gradually. We have something called matchmaking, which is a fantastic idea. So our matchmaking is confidential. We don't reveal names, no phone numbers. You just give us your profile and who you're looking for. We publish that. That's all we publish. And then if somebody is interested in you, they will contact us. And if you're interested in them, we exchange numbers. And that's it. You then decide whether you want to show your face, you want to talk to the person, whatever you want to meet, it's up to you. But we think that is it's a nicer way to meet than in the nightclub, if you know what I mean. Not that nightclubs are bad, but what we're saying is that this is kind of different. Okay. And so we used a nice couple, a real couple, Zambian couple. Yeah. And lovely couple as well.
Exactly.
I hear, I understand from the grapevines. I hope I'm not stepping out of bounds here, but I suppose they're like a couple. So, I like the picture.
I think they are. From the last time when we had a talk. Remember the pre-launch? Because they
yes, that's true. That's true. I mean, very nice couple.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are commenting on the girl, very nice girl, and a lot of girls are commenting on the guy.
The other way around.
So I'm saying, no. I'm not in trouble. I don't want to get into trouble. These people are solid. Yeah. Okay. But then we had a topic called Battle of the Sexes. Okay. Initially, we wanted to call it Men Are Trash, Women Are Rubbish. Okay. But I thought it was more appropriate to call it Battle of the Sexes. Because you often hear women say things. So I want us to have a show that actually gets people to talk about this. Why do you think men are trash? I'm a man, you know. Hey, I make mistakes. People have made mistakes. Women too make mistakes. Why do you say that I am rubbish? And so some people
majority of people that do say that, you find that maybe they just had one or two bad experiences, and then they'll label everyone.
Well, we will make a conversation out of this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to have, you know, they don't have to come to the studio. We're going to call people, or you're going to call us and tell us why you say this or why you say that. Yeah, we're going to do that. The other topics on the front cover, it doesn't capture everything in the magazine, I tell you, because we have fantastic business ideas, opportunities people can do without money, I think. We have our sponsors, restaurants like Le Petit Paris. We have there's a Nigerian restaurant. Nigerian cuisine is becoming very big. And then we have Da Capo. We have Prime Joint. We even have Granddaddies. We have Rhapsodies. We have quite a few sponsors are coming on board, and we really welcome that. Not all of them we have space for, but we will build up space and capacity to
eventually,
to send out to people what they do and highlight what they do. We even have some interesting topics too. What was that? That's a story about this thing trending at the time. Oils and charms and things like that.
Okay, the Jezebel one, is it the same one?
That's what I heard. So we're going to tell a story, fictional story, but based on a true story. And it's about, you know, a model student. You know, she's her story, her journey, and why she believes in these sort of things, why she tried it, and so on. It'll be several parts of it. I think there'll be 3 or 4 parts of it. So if you follow the magazine, you get to know the introduction, you get to know her story, you get to know, and eventually, we need to take permission. Eventually, we might get her name.
Okay,
her identity and everything, if she agrees to let us publish it.
When you talk about getting permission and consent, as a magazine, as a Zamgazine,
that's it. Okay, you got it.
You are planning to launch a campaign to raise funds for a very trendy, touchy story of a girl who's training online right now with a heart condition. I know we can't show the pictures maybe because of certain issues, but can you briefly talk about that?
This morning, a lady friend of mine called and she said, "Hey, long time no speak. How's everything?" I said, "You know, we're doing the best we can." And she says, "Oh, how's your side hustle?" I said, "Yeah, my side hustle Utuntu is okay." And she says, "There's a story that I think you guys should begin to support." I said, "Yeah, we're welcome to that. What's it about?" And she told me about this girl who has a heart condition, and it's trending at the moment. So we thought, look, rather than concentrate on today doing something else, or why don't we begin to campaign for her too, to raise money? So guys, all we're saying is we're working on a campaign, but in my head what I'm thinking is maybe if we could raise some money for her and link it to us and the studio, perhaps that will work. So something like this, perhaps we could say, for everyone who goes to, you know, logs in to our Facebook or Instagram or likes us, we will donate to her cause. I don't know exactly how much we can afford, but we will do something substantial.
It will still go along with
yes, we'll definitely do something substantial. In fact, I reached out to the mother, but she was in the hospital today. So she has, we got feedback. I didn't speak to her. I sent a message to her. We've got feedback that she will be happy to speak with us on Monday, which is Mother's Day.
Exactly.
All right. So that's part of the sneak preview on the thing.
Thanks.
Okay.
Cheers. Thanks for sharing. And this is a touch story. Actually, when you mentioned, I was like, "Cool."
Sad story too.
So now this issue we're looking at. When is the date of release?
Okay. My apologies. Beautiful thing about digital is that we can release and keep, updating, editing. It was due to be released this week.
Okay.
But what we found was the fashion side of it, we needed to tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
And because it was becoming something popular, I just thought, you know what? We're still small. Let's make our mistakes now, and we will release it in the next week. So I'm thinking between now and the next Friday,
Nice.
it should be out.
Okay.
Stick to us. Go to the Facebook page, the Instagram page. You have all the updates, and you have the phone number. Call as well. We're looking forward to you
Exactly.
calling.
All right.
There's some other shows, I think.
Up
That's,
or which ones?
you know, we're talking about sex versus love making. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Blessed,
Okay.
which one are you? Sex versus love making. I mean, they're both different.
I sometimes switch. You know.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch. I think
You're gonna-
you
you're
have
not
to be three-dimensional.
No, you're not
man.
going to talk about it here. We don't want to hear that going. Come to the website,
Yeah.
engage with us, and tell
Exactly.
us which one you are.
Yeah.
And then there's one other thing.
And actually, you can just also pull me. You know, just
Why
bring
not?
me on the conversation.
Why not?
Bring me there. You know, so that I
You
can
will
comment
be pulled
what
in
I
there.
meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
My team at the office, you heard that. Get him on.
Drag me.
Let's hear what he says as soon as we
Exactly.
start talking about
Yeah.
it. We have
Yeah.
a community we're trying to build.
Yeah.
It's still small now. But look, guys, please go to Facebook, which you can reach if you need the details. It's simple. Call the phone number. We'll give it to you. Instagram as well. And then engage with us. And we will tell you the topics. Or we'll send that to you as well to subscribers.
Great.
The topics which you need to go and read on Utuntu, like I see shisha a lot. Everywhere.
Yeah. You know, I think it's surrounded. Shisha is surrounded. You know, all these. There's positivity this side. There's negativity this side. I don't know which is which. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it right there. Is it a drug?
Yeah. I think it is.
Fascinated, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I went into one of our sponsors and I was chatting with him. I said, you know what, there's shisha everywhere. I mean, come on.
And
Is
people are
it,
doing it for fashion, yeah.
is it a drug or is it,
Or it's just.
you know, but he said he was fine with it being there. And I think, you know, people should go read about it in the next Utuntu and maybe make up your own mind. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a liquid drug, I think, according to me. Yeah.
Okay. So another thing we're big on is adverts, commercial adverts, and we have something which nobody else does. Okay, right now. So any of our users or companies that advertise with Utuntu can decide to embed their video and audio into your advert. So it's a bit like having your advert have your TV station as well. So, you know, that you cannot go wrong with that sort of thing. For the price of a typical advert, starts from 500 kwacha. You cannot go wrong for that sort of thing and have your TV, radio advertised there as well. It's
Interesting.
It's a winner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Please just go to www.utuntuzamgazine.com.
Thank
Right?
you.
Exactly. And then, you know, if you are visiting for the first time, it will request for you to enter your email address and
Just a brief arithmetic
Brief-
question.
e-
Says
exactly.
1 + 1 or 2 + 1.
exactly
Something
just to
like
confirm that you are human, you're not a robot.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then when you move from that stage, voila, you are in
Yeah.
there, man.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you very much. Yeah.
Exactly. So please don't make sure you, if you have your smartphone right now, or a laptop, or a desktop computer, or you have access to the internet right now, just check. And I know you love this. You know.
And if you don't,
yeah.
if you don't, please let us know.
Exactly.
Tell us
So
what
that we
you'd
can
like.
improve, eh?
Yeah. And go on to Facebook or Instagram, and soon you'll be going on to YouTube as well. And let us
Exactly.
know what you want.
Good.
I mean, it's a side hustle, yes, but we want to have fun, and
Okay.
we want to be real. We don't want to have we don't have airs about us, and you know, I'm not a model. I certainly don't look like one. You know, it's just natural lifestyle, and let's just see what where we go from there. Because look, we want to welcome everybody, have a conversation with us as we build on it. We get it wrong sometimes, we get it right. But tell us, we just want to grow as well. The things we have in there, fantastic stuff that we have picked up from just life itself. You know, I'll tell you one little secret. I went to the shops and I've discovered that prices have I don't know if it's only me. Prices have gone up so
Man,
much.
it's no longer a secret.
You know what I mean? And so I'm thinking,
like tripled.
it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, some things I cook myself. I cook a lot. I like to cook. I like good food. Yeah. So if you can cook, that's, you know, first I cook myself. Yeah, it's a plus.
Yeah.
So the point is, when I see the ingredients now, I mean, I used to buy chicken for a certain amount of money. I don't want to show myself as cheap here, but but look, I used to go shopping in certain places, Woolworths and all. Now I'm looking at the prices slightly differently. Where I used to have this, I have less of it, you know. So it's good to possibly share tips. We want to hear your tips. How do you save money? How do you manage your finances?
Especially
How do you
in this season?
You know, a lot of people struggle now. How do you manage? We want to hear that. We can't publish everything in the magazine, but we want to hear from you on social media.
Okay.
Phone us if you want to.
Exactly.
It's on your screen. Eventually it's not there, but hey, right there. So you can call us, go to the magazine website and just click. It's straight. It's not complicated at all. If you have any questions, anything whatsoever, let us know.
Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm looking forward actually to the second edition.
You'll be one of the first now to receive one. Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Always great pleasure to have great conversation with
Same
you.
here.
Okay.
Same here.
All right. I was just talking to Will, the founder, or should I say the co-founder? I don't know which one he's more comfortable with.
Co-founder.
Co-founder
of
the Team to Zamgazine. Yeah, it has a team actually, and this is the first of its kind in our land, an online magazine, all right, where you just click there anytime you can find it, and even when they release a new edition, this current edition will still remain there archived. You can go there anytime and check the information.
Good point.
How cool is that?
We think it's cool. We think it's 21st century. We think it's 2021.
Exactly.
Whereas there's a space for, you know, people want to hold something like a newspaper, like a magazine. We think this complements that as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so you carry this with you. You don't throw it away. We also like the fact that you don't need to. It doesn't litter anywhere. It's on your phone, your device. You carry it with you.
Friendly.
Yeah, it's environmental friendly, and we're big on that as well.
All right. Okay, so ending this segment, coming up, I had a very interesting conversation with one of our lovely authors in the land. His name is Balewa. He's written a number of books, and he's even won some awards over the same.
Okay.
Yeah, the conversation is quite long. I'm not sure whether technical will allow us to have the whole lot, but I mean, it's there. So for now, me and Will, I think we just step aside as we bring that up.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And well, as usual, looking forward to having a brilliant and excellent show like that. All right, now when we talk about writing books and authoring books and journalism and doing just a good work, we have talent in Zambia, right? And today I'm joined by one of Zambia's young writers, of course, okay? A young man, okay? Maybe some of you may have come across his books or his works, or have maybe watched him somewhere, or listened to him on radio. He's a journalist and he's an author of 2 books. The I Am Factor, Speak Like God, and A Note from the Future, the new project actually. This one he released in 2020. And this young man is Balewa Zulu. Hope I pronounced your surname properly, right?
For the very first time, I've met someone who can pronounce my name correctly without me correcting them.
Wow, thank you so much. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm wonderful. How is it going?
Good. You know, been looking forward to this particular day, this time that sit with you. I mean, we've talked at a different level, but having this in talk on camera,
It's a pleasure. For me, it's
yeah.
a pleasure being here. It's
Exactly.
quite an exciting moment.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, man, you're doing a lot of great work.
Wow.
You're a prolific writer. And that I can tell you live on TV that you are good. Okay?
I'm truly humbled.
It's rare that we
Yes.
have, you know, a lot of people are coming out, you know, that I'm writing a book. What class? Is it fiction? They'll tell you, you know, personal development or inspiration. But check out the work. There's a little bit of mediocrity. For you, why is it so different? Is it because that you are a journalist?
I think it has nothing to do with journalism. It could be my personal ethic or my personal discipline as a person.
Okay.
Look, I wouldn't want to give something that is not quality
Mhm.
to someone out
I
there.
like that.
I love to give my best. If I have to give you something, I don't give second-hand clothes, by the way,
Mhm.
because I believe in giving something
Mhm.
new to someone.
Mhm.
Because if I give you something I don't want,
Mhm.
then I'm not giving, I'm just throwing
It's like
away.
you're trying to.
Yeah, it's
clear.
like I'm just trying to clear my
Ah.
my wardrobe. But at the end of the day, when I give something out there, my work should be able to speak. I talk of excellence.
Ah.
And so when I give my book to someone, before I even talk about, this book is good, someone should be able to come back and testify that the book is good. So I believe in quality and I believe in excellence.
I like that. I think I'm learning something. That philosophy is, yeah, it's just there. Okay,
Yes.
I've seen it in here. We're going to talk about a lot because I've noticed your style of writing, how you bring the reality of your personal life, your personal experiences, and then you just embed them in your topics. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, before we start, for example, dissecting this kind of work. You are a Bloomberg trained and certified journalist. What does that mean to you?
Financial journalist.
Financial journalist,
Yeah,
exactly.
I trained. I have papers in journalism. That's and public relations. But then I also did a specific program with Bloomberg that's specified on financial journalism. That touches all the aspects of finances, aspects of reporting on finances, businesses, and the economy. And so that's part of what I have learned. I mean, knowledge is always evolving, so I needed to add that to my journalistic background so that I could relate well, even when someone talks about inflation, talks about the budget, all those things. I think you need to have
An insight.
an insight, to have
understanding,
a better understanding. I need to think like an economist. I need to think like someone who is speaking so that I'm able to report what I have heard. So it helps me to actually learn better.
Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. Do you know that I don't think I shared this. Bloomberg is my favorite TV channel. So seeing this, I'm like, okay, authentic. you understand?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was actually
Exactly,
privileged to
yeah.
be part of the people that were trained in Zambia, and so for me, I always value that.
Interesting.
Yes.
Good. Now, let's briefly look at the journalistic profession, the overview. Today, I mean, we still have a few odd crops of journalists.
Yeah, that are still practicing.
Who are still practicing, but majority they've migrated into, maybe they've been infused in different corporate world, and then you find that majority of practicing journalists are young people, and a lot of people, there's so much negativity being there. Now you've been around. You didn't start today. You didn't start yesterday.
Yeah.
You've been quite around and working actually for big media houses, covering really important assignments. I've seen there's one in a book where you spoke about covering the president. You were actually supposed to be on the presidential helicopter.
No, actually, we've done that several times.
Yeah. So
We've
meaning you've been
privileged
around.
to
Exactly.
to be around.
So how is the field as of now?
The field is an exciting place to be, but sometimes you get really sad because when you look at the kind of people that we have around, there are those that just think journalism is for anyone, and so there's less that has been done to bring the quality that we talk about, because journalism is not for everyone. Everyone can write on social media, but journalism is for people that have been trained in journalism. it's not for everyone, for every Jim and Jack. And so at the moment, I think there are a number of issues that we need to deal with in our fraternity to ensure that people respect our profession. It's like any other profession. Yeah, they say it's a noble profession, but at the end of the day, they call it the fourth estate. And the fact that they call it the fourth estate, meaning we are those people that will keep certain things, we are the bridge between the policymakers and the publics. So we need to improve even on ourselves, and we need to improve the standards. And for those standards to be improved, meaning even those people that own those media houses, they need to work on certain things, because cheap journalism is not supposed to be there. And when I talk about cheap journalism, it's about anyone can just come here, I'm a journalist, masquerade, and they get something at the end of the day. But I think we need to make sure that we improve the standards by improving ourselves first. When we improve ourselves, then we improve the institutions where we are.
Good. Now, you have shown excellence in what you do, all right? This is what is so interesting. In your journalistic career, you've won awards or an award before.
Yes.
You highlight that briefly. You've gone into authoring or writing books.
Yes.
Your first book won an award. We are going to talk about that later. But I want to understand the aspect of journalists being persecuted and self-censorship, and all these issues surrounding your work as journalists. Do you have the freedoms to write what you can write, investigate stories without being pushed around or being threatened? How is the environment when it comes to that in Zambia?
You know, the first time you decide to come up with an idea to write something, everything or every time you do such a thing, what should come into your mind is, for whom am I writing this story? What's the impact of the story that I'm trying to write? And we should always put it at the back of our mind that every single moment we are serving the public. How is it going to change someone's life? Because we are the voice of the voiceless. And so every single moment we write a story that is going to impact someone in Shibuyunji or someone in Puta or in Kaputa or someone in Ivubwi, then would have done ourselves justice. And for me, that's the award I give to myself. If I have written that there is no water that side, then government takes up that role and they go and provide water. Then for me, I have done justice. But in terms of self-censorship, I think every single moment we should always think of the people that we serve, and that's the public and not the government. Whether you are working in the government, at the end of the day, you are serving. It's about what the people are saying to the government. Then the government listens to what the people, because even the government is serving the people. So we are serving the same people. I'm only the conduit through which those people will communicate their message so that they can be helped. So in terms of self-censorship, I think that's what I can talk about. It's about you as an individual. How do you, what's motivating you to write that story? Even though you're just alone, how is it? How are you going to be happy? What's the benefit at the end of the day? So it's about you writing the story and being able to impact lives, and that's all about journalism.
Okay.
Yes.
There's been talks of late of social media abuse and people becoming citizen journalists. As long as I have a smartphone, I can see whatever is going on, capture it, write a short description of whatever is going on, it's posted. And then other online news sites and blogs will pick that and distribute. And even what's your take on that?
You know what differentiates citizen journalism from the actual journalism is authenticity. You know, when I write a story, I need to make sure that the story that I write, it's verified, it's true, and factual.
Fact checked. Okay.
Because if I write that, someone is going to look for the certain facts, and there will be information that is not missing, and then they'll know that, okay, this story has been written by a journalist, and the other story has been written by someone who is not a journalist. So as journalists, I think we have serious competition with the public out there that are on social media, because they'll just write anything. And at the end of the day, the public are all as well smart, because if anyone just writes a story, they'll come back maybe to your page or your station to just check on online the kind of a story that you have. So they will hear the information, but they'll come to you for verification. At the end of the day, we need to make sure that we verify the information that we put out there, because we are feeding people with information, and the kind of information that we feed them is the kind of decisions they'll end up making. So we have a serious role to play as journalists.
Great. I'm talking to Balewa Zulu, who is a journalist by practice, by training and by practice. He's been doing this, and he's working for one of media houses in Zambia, Phoenix, Radio Phoenix FM. I'm sure you know Phoenix. So he's been doing this work for quite a number of times, for a long time. And in his career, he's won an award before. One or how many?
I was recognized once.
Okay.
I'm not the kind that will submit
your stories for screening and
because I believe that when I write the story, if someone wants to recognize it, then I've done my part, and when they recognize, for me it's an honor. But if you ask me to submit, then it's like I don't feel comfortable really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how was it the first time when you submitted?
The first time I submitted, I think I did not win.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, the first time I submitted.
Okay, so you were honored. Actually, you did not. Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, I did not win the first time I submitted. So then I said, look, I won the first time I wrote the story, and someone went to do what I was supposed to. What was supposed to be done in the community. And so for me, I think this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So winning for me is an honor, like, because someone recognize your work over the time, like, oh, you have been doing this, you have been consistent, we have seen your work, and so we have decided to honor you with this award.
Good.
Yes.
You've won an award with this book as well. We're still coming back to winning awards, whether you like it or not. You may not feel comfortable submitting or what, but as long as you're doing something that the public appreciate, honorary awards will still come, or winning awards will still be there. People require you, people compare you with this particular greatness. You know, that will still happen. So this, your first project, rather, the I Am Factor, How to Speak Like God. This is a book that when I was reading, I was like, okay. In some points I'm like, in some points I'm laughing, understand? This book, tell me about it briefly, because I don't want to read there. I want you to sum it up. What category, or which category did you win?
They called it the religious category, but though I would not agree if they told me that no, this book is a religious book, because it's not meant only for religious people. It's meant for everyone who is on earth. Yes, because whether you're a Christian, you're not a Christian, you're a Muslim, and you have to know that you're a human being who was created by God. And so for you to function on earth, then there are certain rules and principles that you need to follow. And so when I talk about the AM Factor, it's the book that introduces you to you. I'm sure you have introduced people. When we started the program, you introduced me.
Exactly.
But this book introduces you to yourself.
Okay, no, I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. So what are you trying to drive at?
Because look, many people do not really know their real identity.
Okay.
And the ignorance that you may have on your identity will deter your destiny.
Okay.
Meaning, the knowledge of your identity determines how great you achieve and how fast you accomplish your purpose here on earth.
Okay, I think there's a part where I read about identity crisis, and
Yes.
you were trying to correct that.
Yes.
Okay.
Many people have an identity crisis. They always try to imitate other people. There's nothing wrong emulating what someone is doing, but there's everything wrong trying to imitate, because when you are imitating someone, you are limiting yourself. So imitation is limitation.
But you know, our culture actually is like we've been molded into wanting to please our neighbor. You understand, yeah? Because as an African, a Zambian African child, I'm told, do not do this. You know, so mostly our culture, I think we do things where we don't live for self, but to impress the community. What do you think of that?
You know, you don't have to. Yes, you live for others, but you do not have to live on the dictates of other people.
Oh, interesting.
Because you have a life. When God created you, you are a brick or a block that is complete. You are a full package. So the moment you start imitating other people and the moment you start living based on other people's opinions, then you're not giving us the full package that God packaged in you.
Okay.
So when he created you, he knew that there's going to be a crisis on earth, and it's only blessed who is going to actually solve this problem. So when you try to be me, you will not be you. By the time you die, you don't have lived your life.
This man, you see, he's interesting. Now, let me. How do I speak like God? How can I speak like God?
You know, I always say that when you have a car, where do you take it when it's damaged?
The mechanic, the garage, of course.
When you are sick, where do you go?
Hospital or pharmacy? Don't do that.
But when you face an identity crisis, where do you go? You go back to the source, the person who created you, the manufacturer, and that's God.
Okay.
Now, how do you speak like God? It's always the desire of the Creator that man should speak like him. When you read the scriptures, it will tell that God created another speaking being like him, who is man, and gave him the mandate to be in charge of everything that is on earth, including every creature that creepeth upon the surface of the earth. Therefore, everything that you speak, you know that when you speak a word, it does not just disappear in the atmosphere. It produces results. If you went into the spiritual realm, you understand that words are spiritual objects, and they live. So if I ask you what kind of a red Benz you'd want to buy, what kind of picture comes into your mind? Is it the word red as an R-E-D, or the picture of the car?
Oh man, it's a Mercedes C200 compressor. You see, I'm already going there. Let me pause there. You know, so provoke something.
Yes. So meaning words
Okay.
are living objects.
I like that.
They are elements. They are living elements. So when you say he's driving a red Benz, it means that in their mind they are picturing a car, the image of a car. So words are images in the spiritual realm, and they live. So when you say something, that word is going to produce results, whether you have said it negatively or you have said it in the positive. Because remember that we are spiritual beings that have been sent by God to come and live in the physical world, whereby we operate by spiritual rules. When we say something, an angel, when it's positive or when it's according to the word of God, an angel is going to come and pick that word and make it manifest. Then when you say a negative thing, the devil has agents who are the demons. They are also going to make sure that it also manifests. So the question is, what are you going to say? When you say the negative thing,
It happens.
it happens. When you say the positive thing, it happens.
Ah.
Now, you have to understand that you have the power to speak, because that is the mandate that God gave you. He created another speaking being like him. You know, the Bible says that when the earth was nothing and there was so much void, God said, let there be light. And there was light. Meaning we operate by the same principles, because God lives inside of us and it's given us the powers. I always like to say that the word of God in his mouth is as powerful as the word of God in your mouth. So when you say something, it's as though God has said it, and you have the authority on earth. Then when you say it, it happens. So you can speak like God because you are a child of God, and you come from God.
Because we have the same software.
Of
operating
course,
system.
you have the same operating
You spoke
software.
about that in this book.
Yes,
Interesting.
God created you as a human being
Okay.
and breathed into you. That's his software that he put inside of you.
Oh.
Now, when the enemy came, he tried to steal that from you, and when he stole that from you, you started doubting yourself. Now you do not have an identity. You are trying to live by other people's means. Meaning you have lost your identity. Now, when you go back to your identity, you know that, you know what, I'm a champion. I was created here. I'm an ambassador. So every day I say something, I'm representing my kingdom. And in my kingdom, when we say certain things, they do happen. Why? Because that's what we say. Remember, there's a portion in the scripture which says, let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am wealth. Why is it not that let the poor say, I am actually in poverty?
That nothing is working for me.
Meaning,
Wow.
you don't say what you see to your situation. You say what you want to see. So the future that you picture is the only future that you're going to feature. So if you can see it in the spirit, then you say it. Then
You
it's going
speak
to
like
happen.
a pastor, are you? Are you doing pastoral on the side other than journalism and writing and traveling?
No, I'm a Christian, so I should know these things because
Interesting.
every Christian should understand it. You know, living a God life on earth, it's not only meant for people that preach on the pulpit.
Interesting.
It's meant for every single person. And for us as Christians to actually live a better, effective life, then we should live like our Father. We should follow the constitution of the kingdom.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. And, you know, when I was reading the book, there are certain parts where, you know, I reached there and I'm reading and I'm like, oh my God. I would just burst into laughter. There's a part where I want to know whether your supervisor really came to... Did he discover that day when you sent him home because you convinced him that he was unwell?
He only discovered after I wrote the book that's what happened. Because remember, I was trying to experiment what's really happening.
Okay.
You know, I did not want to write someone's work. When I was writing, I needed to write something that I've experienced myself.
Okay.
And so I said, if words can work, then let me see if
The
it's going
impact.
to work. The impact of the words. And you know, when something is said to you, if you have not observed it, then at some point you start observing. If I said, you know, I love your haircut, even though you did not like it, from that
I'll be
day,
like, okay,
you start
really?
learning it. Oh, so this haircut is nice.
Okay.
You know. So if someone said, so I don't like the way you speak, then every single moment you're speaking, you'll be listening to yourself to say, am I really that bad? Why is it that person doesn't like? And when you tell yourself, remember that sometimes I used to do this in school. When you say, tomorrow I'm going to be sick, I'm not going to class. And tomorrow you find that you're sick. What happened? You spoke words, and someone picked those words, and they came and used them against you. That's why we have to be careful the kind of words that we speak.
Interesting.
The words that we speak, they are law, and they are final, and you cannot bring them back. Once you say it, it's gone. The only thing that you can do is to counter, say what you have said. It's like in the courts. Before they pronounce you free, you will not be free. If they say you are guilty, the judge said, my friend, you are guilty. Then you are guilty as charged, even though you are innocent. But then when they say you are free, no one will arrest you. They'll even let you go home because you are free. Words have the power.
All right, my brother. So I'm told to go to break briefly, but when we come back, he shared a very interesting story. I want him to reshare with you about how, you know, this man, a girl dumped him for for certain things, of course. Yeah, he made fun of his own height. He says for his height, and rather for lack of it. I don't know what that means, but he'll have to reshare that story with you, and then we have to look at a note from the future also. So briefly, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Daytime show on ABN TV, and I'm talking to Balewa Zulu, who is an accomplished author and a journalist. Actually, he's won awards in his career, and both in the author, in the writing career. He's written 2 books, The I Am Factor, How to Speak Like God. This is the book that won him an award, and another one, last year's project, A Note from the Future. So we're still having this conversation. Baleo, I promised before we had the break that you're going to reshare briefly that particular story. I mean, man, come on, look. You are one guy with a very unique style of writing. You are sharing your personal experiences in all your books. And I was impressed to see that a girl mocked you. She told you she loves you, but she doesn't like your hair, your height. And you actually, the way you wrote it, you said the girl dumped me. She made comments for your hair, for your height, rather for lack of it. Now I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
You know, at the time, I think I was the shortest in my class, and that was in high school. And so I dated this lovely girl. She was very lovely, yeah. So then one day she told me that she loved me, but she did not like me because I was not as short, I was not as tall as she really wanted me to be. And you know, when someone tells you that, you know, Blessed, I don't like your height because maybe you're too short or you're too tall, then you begin to question, but why is it? Like,
And how do you love someone?
And you know, I wish at that point I could change my height. I think I was much more. I was young and I was a little bit much more shorter. So I was like, okay, if you don't like my height, I think that's one thing that I cannot change. Because when you look at me, I look like exactly like my father, not my biological father, but my spiritual father, who is God.
Did you tell her that?
At that time, I didn't tell her because I mean she wasn't going to understand.
Of course.
I just said, since you don't like this, and it's one thing that I cannot change, I think you and I should separate because we need to go our own ways. Now, I shared this experience in order for transparency's sake, because sometimes people don't